All right, hello and welcome to the first ever grade review for the community. So, how this works is we have a new channel in the Discord called Grade Review, and for anyone who agrees and provides their cards into the channel, we are going to review them live. So, we've done this similar to when we clean cards, when we do the self-assessment. This gives people an opportunity who have wanted to submit cards to me to grade and assess, gives a very easy alternative versus sending them in. So before we get started, we're just going to wait for a few people for a few minutes, hopefully get some people in. But I've been wanting to do this for a while. This person's submission, or this person submitting their grades under the grade review category, definitely has some pretty big cards to review today. So you can tell one of them being a Mew EX. We're just going to go through them real quick. Have a Gyarados from Evolution, Dark Charizard, which is pretty big, from Team Rocket, Blastoise EX, which is one of the XY promos, very nice. Have a Shining Magikarp, which is going to be really interesting to look at. We have a Steelix from Aquapolis. So this, for a first starting, this one's a pretty good one. We have a Lugia, Regirock EX, and a Blaziken EX. But you can see this is probably from a World Championship. So we're going to take a look today. Going to help one of our community members out. And how we're going to do this is I'm going to kind of give a rundown on the front and back of each card. I'll provide what I think the card would get, and then I'll leave it as a poll so that we will have something like this. So we'll have my grade. We'll apply. If I can find the button, there we go. So we'll have my grade and then the chat grade. So then that way, whoever does submit under this category will have a general idea on what the grade will get. So hopefully you guys have some fun. We're going to see what we got. This is a really cool collection. So we are going to go into it. Hey, Betty, how's it going? I know, 2 streams in 1 week, huh? Pretty crazy. So the first we got is the Mew EX. So again, what I like to look for is the edges. So right off the bat, kind of see this right edge a little bit frayed. So that's definitely going to take some points off the edge wear. So one thing I'm going to do, Trav, thanks so much for liking the live. So we're going to kind of zoom in a little bit. So as you can tell, I don't know if this is a dirt mark. So when we have done cleaning streams in the past, right, we've taken care of things like these blemishes like this. So this will definitely impact the surface score. Oh, thanks for the heart, Trev. Appreciate that. Welcome back. So we have that going for it. You can also tell that there is some scratches here right next to these stars. So the surface on this front is already looking to be a little rough. Not too bad, but just a little bit. And we also have some frayed edges up here. So I would say so far, without flipping the card over, we're probably looking at a 6 so far. But let's take a flip around. So yeah, so this unfortunately is going to knock it down just a bit. And there we go, lower that card a little bit. So as you can see, so now we're looking at the edges, right? So if we look at the edges, they are very frayed all around, right? You have some curling up on this bottom left edge. You can kind of see my little magnifying glass. All the way down on the bottom is pretty frayed, unfortunately. We have some right here, have some abrasions and some whitening on this edge as well as the top. So if we click in and zoom, again, if you guys have been in these cleaning streams, something like this, or even this could be taken care of by the Q-tip. But unfortunately, you can kind of even see that. I'm very appreciative that so the person that submitted this, which I should probably shout out because they gave me permission to do so, was our member JK in the Discord. So JK, thank you so much for allowing us to look at your collection today. So you can kind of see right here is that impact is definitely gonna take some bit out of the out of the surface grade for the back. So you can kind of see, again, some more dirt, some more blemishes, some more scratches. This Mew is already looking a little bit beat, and you can kind of see here too on the side more of these abrasions as well. So all in all, the front, again, the front was assessed as a 6, but if we flip that around, unless there was, I would probably say if there was like more of a crease, I'd probably say even a 3. But I'm thinking that my grade for something like this would probably be, I'm trying to think. I'm probably thinking a 4 if I were to guess. But let's try to do that. There we go. So probably a 4. Oh yeah, for sure, Betty. Hey, Iz, thanks so much for the share. I appreciate that. So now what we're going to do is we are going to test this out and see if this works. So now we're going to let the chat vote here on what you guys think this would get. So if I kind of bounce back and forth, right? So this was the front. So this is the front of the card. Again, we have a blemish right there, have some scratches here as well as down here. And if I go to, and some edge wear alongside as well. And so if we look at the back is really where it's kind of, I have the my grade and chat grade kind of taken over, so I apologize. But around the edge of the card is pretty rough in my opinion. So we got one that's a 3 or lower. But yeah, it's, unless there was, I think unless there's some significant damage somewhere else on the card, you know, I'm probably thinking, yeah, we got a 3 or lower vote. But yeah, this edge wear on the bottom is really, really aggressive, as well as the side. So then we have, so let's end it there. So yeah, so we're saying that 3 or lower is the chat grade. So for your Mew EX, we have my grade as a 4 and chat grade as a 3. So, you know, not too bad, I guess. Again, I believe that this is just from their personal collection. So, but not bad at all. So it's going to move on to, just going to take a note on what we gave it, because I want to try to give them a fair assessment at the end. Because again, JK, who is the member of the Discord, is allowing us to look at their cards today. So thank you again to them. And so we are going to go on to the next one. So next one is a Gyarados from Evolution. So let's take a look at, so the edges on this one compared to the Mew is actually really nice. So we have some edge. It looks like no edge wear. I thought I saw something up here, but we got nothing so far. And now if we look at the lettering, there's nothing that stands out. Again, this is going to be a little bit tougher to a degree, right? Because we're looking at it just from one picture, so it's hard for us to take angled shots. So we're kind of dealing with what we got. But one thing I noticed right away is this set of scratches in the bottom right-hand corner. But other than that, you know, there's really nothing else that really stands out on the front, at least. I'm just kind of taking a look here. And it goes without saying, if anyone sees anything that I'm not mentioning or just wants to bring it up in chat, please feel free. Because again, that's what I kind of want this stream to be. I know, Trev, for a first submission like this, he nailed it out of the park, to be honest. So this is honestly for a first attempt at this, just to see how it works. This is really good. And the crazy part is I see no feet. Normally people, like, when they take pictures of cards for whatever reason, always show their feet. All right, so the front, I think the front is really good. Besides those scratches, you know, we're probably already looking at like a 7, because that scratch is pretty apparent those two. So we're probably looking at a 7, but still pretty good. So now, if we flip it on the back, so you can kind of see right away, we have some whitening in the top right, some whitening in the top left, some scratches along this edge and along the top here. You can really see it zoomed in there. That left edge though, super clean. Other than that, other than the whitening and the scratches here, also the bottom and the bottom corner is really nice. But then as we kind of go over, we have a little bit of a white dot there, have some edge wear here, and then again, some more little white micro abrasions on the right around here, as well as here. And then we also have some scratches on the K on the back. So yeah. So the front definitely a lot better than the back, for sure. So I think this time around, let's see what chat thinks. Let's see what chat thinks first. So first we'll do chat grade. See if this resets. So the chat is live, or the poll should be live. So I'm curious again what you guys think it's going to be. So again, the front's super clean. We're looking at it probably like around a 7 on the front, 7 or 8 even. A little top heavy, a little more on the top than the bottom, but normally that doesn't matter too much. But it's really the back that's kind of dragging this down a little bit. Can't find poll. Let me restart it. There we go. It should be up now. Kind of froze on me. So yeah, if you see the poll, definitely vote in the poll so we can kind of get a overall assessment on what's the grade. So we have some 5s, we have some 4s, we have some 6s and 7s. We're kind of all over the place. But yeah, I think it's really this back part that's causing the most issues. So 7 to 6. Yeah, I'm also kind of thinking towards that the lower direction as well. More so these top scratches are what's really kind of dragging this down. But so we got 7-6, 5-4. All right, so most votes was between 7 and 6. So 7 to 6. Scoot that over. And we're going to do that. 7 to 6. And then I think for my grade, I'm kind of right there with you. I'd probably say closer to 6 than anything would probably be my prediction. Because again, the front's super clean, but that back, that is definitely not going to be near min. And I think too, like if we had some more angles and if there was some more deeper scratches, I would probably say 5, to be honest. But again, we only have 2 pictures to work with, so we're kind of dealing with the hand that we're dealt. So, but I would say, you know, probably 6 is probably going to be the best. So we will rename that and we will move on. So it only just gets better from here because now we got the Dark Charizard. So first off, first thing I see for those of you who have seen my streams before is a lot of these dark spots right on the edges. Those could easily be taken care of with a Q-tip and whatnot. Hey Rox, how's it going? Remind me at the end of this, we have probably 5 more cards left. I just want to make sure that that I give my attention to this as of right now. So we definitely got some cleaning to do for sure. So again, for those of you who have not seen the cleaning streams, I'm talking about things like this, right? So these little dots here, these dots here, right? A lot of that can probably be cleaned up with just a Q-tip and water. But edges on this, we have some folding here. Let's see. The left edge looks pretty good, actually. The bottom looks pretty good. But man, yeah, it's just a lot of dirt and grime on that right side and just all over the card. So as we look at the hollow, it does look like we have some scratches here. Got some right here. And again, some of those dirt spots that I keep talking about are kind of popping up. Got a gash here. Gash here. Got one right here. Let's see. Yeah, so right away. So if we don't deal... So this is kind of what highlights the importance of getting these cards cleaned before you submit to PSA. Because I would say just for the surface alone, if you don't deal with these, you're already looking at like a 5 or a 4. Because those are pretty apparent. Because the eye appeal, you know, talking about that 5th hidden grade, the eye appeal immediately drew me to those dirt marks and blemishes. So we flip it over. Yeah, we're definitely kind of going towards even the 4. Because we got some frayed edges here along the left. Definitely have a lot of edge wear, have a lot of surface wear. A lot of these black blemishes that we could probably clean. Sports cards, welcome. All of this here could be cleaned. Got some here. Let's see. Again, more of these blemishes on the top. But yeah, that is unfortunate, but let's see what the chat thinks. D&T, welcome. So let's see what chat thinks. So again, we got the front of the Charizard. We got some dirt blemishes here. We got some frayed edges on the top. Got some scratches on the hollow on that front part. Again, right here. Some right here, if I scroll over right here. As well as a lot of frayed edges on the sides. So we got 2 votes, 5-4. Yep. Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. So we got a 5-4. Probably leaning more towards, because I wanted to put more options in, but it kind of takes up a lot of room on the screen. But I most likely agree that we're looking at around a 4 would be my assessment. I think if a lot of these dirt marks were kind of taken care of, I'd probably say it might start getting closer to a 5, depending on if there aren't any major dings or creases. But man, a lot of this stuff definitely needs to be taken care of. But yeah, I would say probably as is, probably a 4. For sure. But yeah, Rox, I will definitely, if you just want to shoot me another message, because I think it's been a while since you've reached out before. So yeah, definitely reach out to me either through Discord or TikTok. And we'll definitely reassess for sure. The whitening already drops to a 6 and the cleaning might rise. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's just really that back. It's just really these edges are really rough. But anyway, on to the next one. Blastoise EX XY promo. So honestly, these promos, the Blastoise, Charizard, Venusaur are really nice in my opinion. So right off the bat, edges look really good. I'm just kind of looking around. We have some very, very small whitening on this side, but nothing too crazy. Let's try to zoom in here, see if there's any. So the good thing about this promo, right, is that there's not a lot of hollow, or at least like on the, it's very very filled with artwork in comparison to Hollow. So it's hard for us to really look at the scratches. But we do have, I'd say the only thing is that we do have some centering issues from the top to bottom. It's a little bit thinner on the top than it is on the bottom. Left to right centering. Yeah, maybe. I can kind of see it a little bit, but I'd say that the top to bottom stands out to me more than the left to right. Top left whitening is the back bad. Yeah, I would say as is. I don't know, probably like 7 or 8. I'm really not seeing a lot. Like there's some whitening here, so it probably is 7 just from that, if that is. But let's take a look on the back. So the back is definitely going to bring this down a peg. So we have some edges, some edgeware here. We got some edgeware here. Some edgeware on the bottom. So this card already is being severely impacted by edgeware. Has some surface scratches, a ton of surface scratches. Not a lot of dirt though, which is good. But yeah, just a lot of edgeware on the back. The front looks pretty clean. I would say this would be a good binder card, right? The front looks really good from the picture, right? I have to emphasize from the picture, but the back is really where it's kind of bringing it down. So, I don't know. Let's see what chat thinks. Yeah, that back unfortunately is really what's kind of dragging it down a little bit, unfortunately. But front again, looking really good, but that back. Got some 5s and 4s. So 3 votes for 5 and 4. Yeah, because there's really not much cleanup. Because I just really think that the scratches are probably what's gonna really bring it down. And you would think too, right? Like if you see the scratches on the back, just from the one, if you were to kind of assess the one picture for each, the front and the back, if the back looks like this, then I'm imagining that there's probably some scratches that we can't see on the front either. The scratch and nick in the bottom right, drop it hard. Yeah, that's a pretty good sized little ding there, especially up here in the top left too, in the bottom right. It is pretty rough. Pat, do you have a Discord I can send one of my cards to? Yeah, if you're interested, so this goes for anyone. If anyone's interested in being in another stream of a grade review, if you go to our Discord, so the best way to find it is if you go to galaxiagamingtcg.com. Let me see if I can post it in chat real quick. So that's probably the best place to go, galaxiagamingtcg.com, and then let me copy the link and you just go to the Discord. But let me just posted it in the chat. So it looks like so if you join that, there is a channel called Grade Review. Just the one thing, if you want to just, there's pinned images on what cards should look like. What you're seeing right now is an excellent example. Really high quality, zoomed in, really good first attempt at this. So yeah, just click that Discord link, sign up, and just submit to Grade Review. And as long as you're okay with me showing this off in stream, then we should be good to go. And then I will, once I do enough of these, I'm definitely gonna kind of repay it forward. I'll probably do some giveaways for those who participate in this. I'm still trying to figure out the logistics to see what works and what doesn't. But yeah. So chat grade, still the same, 5-4. I am also kind of agreeing. Sammy, thanks so much for the like. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, I'm thinking probably a 5, in my honest opinion. Because that back is pretty rough. Because we don't know what the front of that card looks like, and we can only kind of assume based off of the back that might be a 5. So that was the Blastoise EX. All right, so now we got the Shining. So now we're now we're getting into some pretty good ones. Am I shadow banned? I don't think you should be, Sammy. Depending on what you are talking about. Okay, so we're starting to get to some cool stuff now. Shining Magikarp. So this is not the Celebrations, you can tell. This is actually from the Neo set. So Edgeware. So not much Edgeware so far. We do have some dirt here that could be probably cleaned up. We also have some here. But the one thing that I'm noticing, and I don't think it will come up on stream just how I have the cropping on the stream, but there is a crease here. So there's a crease right about here. That's what it looks like to me. Silvering top left. So if you're talking about here, maybe not so much. It might be. There's definitely some curling going on, like slight edgeware kind of curling towards the center of the card. But there is this crease right here. But let's take a look at the foil. Got a really nice looking card. Always loved the introduction of the Shining. Oh, JK, thanks. So JK is the one that submitted this, I believe. So that's kind of cool that you're in here, JK. And if you're just catching it, where I'm gonna be cropping each card that we've done, so you can kind of see the full breakdown. But yeah, if you say it's a shadow, but to me that looks like a crease. But just get back to us on that. But we do have some scratches here. Have some scratches here. Let's see, some scratches here. Kind of see all that. Let's see on the text if there's anything. But kudos to the pictures. These are really good, high quality pictures that you took. So definitely kudos to you. Shout out to JK on TikTok for hooking us up. All right, so now we look at the back. J-Ro, welcome. So, again, it's really just the surface scratches that we're seeing right now. Honestly, like, in compared to the front, so we're kind of flipping it over, right? So this would be on this side. So that kind of confirms that's going to be some of that impact there. Some slight edgeware here, what it looks like. It might be a lighting thing, but I'm more pressed that that's probably going to be a edgeware. And JK does say that that is a crease, so that's gonna impact the score, for sure. So we do have some frayed edges here. Giant bottom heavy. Yeah, it's definitely looking bottom heavy for sure. Not too bad, but you can kind of tell. Sammy, you'll have to let me know what your shadow ban from. I'm not too sure. If you're talking about Discord, shoot me a TikTok DM, and I'll see what your Discord name is. But you shouldn't be. I haven't gotten any ban notifications. Giant, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate that. I'm asking you questions on here. I mean, I can see your comments, but some might be not going through. I'm not too sure because I am using TikTok Studio, so there might be some issues, but I don't think you're shadow banned. So we got some scratches by the P, scratches here, some scratches here. We got some surface damage here. Let's see, JK, there are some edge fraying near the top right, but not nearly as much as it looks like on the pic. Yeah. I'm going to send you some. Awesome. Yeah, definitely send that over into the grade review section of the Discord. If you need the link, I can post it again. But yeah, we got some dirt here. Probably can get that cleaned up too. But yeah, just a lot of scratches on the surface. So let us see. Let's see what chat thinks. So again, we are assessing the Shining Magikarp. But yeah, the crease is normally, like, if the card was pristine condition, we'll already start putting it at a 6. I have one card that I got graded a while ago that it was flawless besides one little crease, but it immediately knocked it down to a 6. $2, take it or leave it. There you go. I like the hustle. But that's the beauty of it. These aren't my cards. So who knows? Maybe you guys can see if you really want to sell. I don't think JK will want to sell this for $2 though. I can tell you that. So there's the front. Again, we got some blemishes here. Got some scratches on the foil. And the crease was right here where my magnifying glass is. Have some surface scratches on the back. Some frayed corners. A lightly moist Q-tip. Oh yeah, for sure, Giant. Just at one of mine. Nice 7. But yeah, if you guys are guessing, definitely send in that poll. We got a poll going right now. We have 1 vote for 7 to 6, and then 1 5 to 4. Pat, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate that very much. And while we wait for the poll to catch up on my end, I definitely appreciate everyone sharing and liking the live so far. Glad you guys are. I thought this was a unique. There's been a lot of people asking me, oh, like, can I send you some of my cards to get cleaned or assessed? And I think this is a really easy, convenient way to kind of do a community assessment of someone's cards. So I think it's really cool. So definitely appreciate everyone taking advantage of that. So yeah. All right. So we got. So if we end it here, so we're looking at 7 to 6, 5 to 4. So it was 4 votes for 7 to 6, which I'm probably going to assume that there's a 6. And we had 3 at 5 or 4. So that was pretty close. But I'd probably say, based off of that, the chat's probably going to be a 6. I think most people are going to agree to that. And then as for me, I just think that crease along with the scratches, I would probably say a 5. Would probably be my assessment there. So we got a chat grade of 6 and my grade of 5. So we're gonna rename these real quick. And what I'm doing just to kind of help as well for those of you who are participating in this. So JK, thank you so much for kind of being the test subject of this. Brock, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate that. To where I'm trying to clip each card that we review, so then that way you can kind of watch it on your own, and just kind of compare the assessment that we make on stream, and then kind of have you have some more insight on what to do. And one thing I just saw, I don't know if it's true, but this kind of looks like a swirl here. I don't know if that's true. I'm a sucker for swirls. But again, definitely thank you again, JK, and anyone else that does decide to do this. It's actually really interesting. Is it worth sending it? Okay. All right. I should be done soon. So yeah, definitely appreciate it. So we are going to go on to the next one. I'm just trying to make sure to catch up here. Yeah, Austin, if you want to just look at the pin, I have a pin comment of some pictures that I took. So if that helps out, definitely let me know. And Miguel, thanks so much for sharing the live. Is it worth it sending it in? Giant, honestly, it just depends. If you've had this as a kid, just assume that your ROI has been like 0. So it might be worth. It's really just kind of up to you at that point. But if you bought it for like 100, but then a PSA 5 only sells on average for 80, it's not gonna be worth it. So it really just depends on what you buy it for. Okay, so this is going to be the halfway point here because I'm going to have some dinner, but then I'll probably start the stream back up probably later tonight because we have about 1, 2, 3, 4 cards left. But dinner is almost served, so I can't keep that waiting. So we're going to finish off with the Steelix real quick. Okay, so the Steelix. Quad and Royal, thanks so much for the follow. I appreciate that. I'm a super fan of Aquapolis, Expedition, Skyridge, so this is a really cool card. But right off the bat, again, we're kind of seeing a lot of the same dirt and blemishes on the top and on the edge. Thanks so much for those likes as well. So we have, doesn't look like there's too much. There might be, I don't know if that's an indent or a scratch here. I don't know if that comes up on stream or not, but it looks like a very straight line across the bottom. That might either be a scratch or a crease. If JK wants to confirm that, I think that might be a scratch or just how the angle looks. We'll just say scratch for now. Or print line, yeah, because it is symmetrical to a degree, but it's kind of hard for me to tell from the picture. So edges, so there might be some dirt. I don't know if that's the part of the card. I don't think so. Might be some dirt here. Yeah, that could definitely get cleaned up. But the Steelix itself looks like another dirt spot there. Have some scratches here and here. Let's see. So scratch there. Scratch there. So on the text, you can kind of see some deeper scratches here. So that's one of the interesting things about the steel types for these. User, thanks so much for following. I appreciate that. So we got a scratch here on the text, scratch here. But this, what I was going about the steel, because of the diagonal lines. It's definitely not a scratch or a crease. Okay, so you're thinking print line. Okay, so if it's a print line, it's not. So from least to most bad, it'd be print line, scratch, crease in that order, in my opinion. But yeah, you can definitely see some scratches up here. Is the Discord where we submit cards for review? Yeah, let me just post that real quick again. I should have it already preloaded. I do. Yeah, so just go to the Discord link, and then go into the channel that says grading review, and then just make sure that you look at the pinned pictures, and JK's pictures are really good examples of what they should look like. Because the better pictures, the better assessment we can do. And so far, this is a huge plus. The fact that they're well lit, super zoomed in. We can look how this much detail we can get, right? So it really helps me try to assess these cards to the best of my ability. So, okay. So right off the bat, just from that zoom, we got a lot of dirt and grime kind of spattered all around the back. But again, that could definitely be taken care of just from a Q-tip and some water. Some past streams, I've done that before. Would definitely take care of that. So we have some edge wear on the side here. We have some scratches on the side. So we have the bottom left. User, if you just go to galaxiagamingtcg.com and go to the socials section. So if you're on mobile, just hit the lines, or in the top right, just click the Discord icon. It should send you right there. So we have some edge wear on the right side here. We have some splattering on the top, and then some more edge wear on the top here as well. So really, it's just a lot of dirt and grime on the back that could probably get taken care of, as well as some hollow scratches on the front. So yeah, let's take a vote. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think the Steelix is going to get? So while I wait, JK, if you had a card that was a perfect 10 besides a print line, what would it bring it down to? If you had a card that was a perfect 10. If you had a card that was a perfect 10 besides a print line, what would that bring it down to? I'm trying to understand the question, to be honest, JK. If you have a card that was a perfect 10. So if I had a card that was perfect, with the exception of a print line, well, I think it would be a 10. If you're not including the print line. Oh, if the print line was the only thing wrong, it just depends on the positioning. It'd probably be anywhere from like an 8 to a 9. And it depends on how many of them there were. So if the card was flawless with the exception of print lines, you're looking between a 7 and a 9. So again, this is the front of the Steelix. Got some scratches on the foil, some dirt on the edges, and then a lot of dirt and splatter kind of on the back here. Kind of zoom in here a little bit more. And then some edge wear on the sides. And so we got some votes. We have 1 vote for 7-6. We have 3 votes for 5 and 4. But again, I love me some e-reader stuff. So we'll end that there. So looks like we have 5 to 4 for the chat grade. So 5 to 4. And then my grade, let's see. So again, the dirt takes it down a little bit. Print line, not so much. But there are some scratches on the foil that are pretty apparent upon first glance, as well as the spattering on the back. So I think for me, I would probably If there's no creases, like if it's just like surface wear, I'd probably say 5 or 4. But if I had to pick one, what would it be? I don't see any big impacts. That's the big thing. If I saw any like big impact dents or creases, it would be no question a 4 or even a 3. But since I don't see any impacts or creases like we did for the Magikarp, I'd probably... There's not a lot of clustering. So like when I talk about clustering, I don't see a lot of scratches kind of on top of each other. Man, I'd probably say a weak 5. So I'd probably do 5. Because I just think like if you take care of these like these dirt marks, you could definitely have that be a better 5. But if they're not, it's probably, you know, that 5, even 4 range. But all in all. Alright, so we got Steelix. Rename that highlight. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to eat some dinner. And then I'll probably be back on in about an hour or so. We have 1, 2, 3 more cards left. So it's the 3 that we have left. We have the Lugia, we have the Regirock, and we have the Blaziken. So really big cards coming up here soon. Colossal, thanks so much for the follow. So yeah, just bear with me a little bit. I'm going to go get some grub so you're just not sitting here listening to me eat. Again, if you guys want your cards assessed on a future stream, the best way to do it is to go to my website, galaxiagamingtcg.com. Next, if you're on mobile, hit the lines and then select the Discord link. Or if you're on desktop, the Discord link should be in the top right. So click that, join the Discord. Once you go through the verification process, it takes about 5 seconds. There's a channel called Grade Review. So inside of the Grade Review, you want to take, so this stream is a great example on how your card should look when you're taking the pictures, right? Zoomed in, well lit. JK, round of applause for JK. He did a really good job at taking these pictures because we can really zoom in, we can see a lot, and it helps them get the most accurate assessment online as we possibly can. So I'll definitely let everyone know. If you're joining Discord, I'll also at everyone in the announcements on when I'm going live again. But again, I'll probably be back in like an hour and a half. So definitely hold tight. We got some big hitters coming up soon. Again, thanks so much for everyone liking, sharing, following, all that fun stuff. And I'll probably be back, like I said, in about an hour and a half, because we got some cards left. We have 3 more cards. So I will see you guys soon. Peace.